This is the only way I was able to accomplish $1.2 million in sales using human design by myself. Hi, I'm Danielle, and I created a $1.2 million personal brand in 18 months using the strategies that I share with you on this channel. From the very beginning, I overgave all my stuff for free. I poured my free value into my community, into my groups, into my online presence. Most people underestimate how much you have to give away for free. I spent a lot of my early days creating an abundance amount of content and then batch recording it, repurposing it, and putting it on all my different platforms. And even to this day, I spend the majority amount of my time and my financial resources figuring out how I can give away what I teach my paid clients for free. So for example, I have a podcast, and every week I put 4 hours in my calendar for just my podcast content. And how I formulate my podcast content is very much related to what I teach in my paid offers. So I sit in this meditative connected state and I just ask my higher self, what are the things that my people need to hear from me this week? And I allow that stream of consciousness to just be open for 4 hours, and I write everything down. But then I close it up in 4 hours and I say, that's what I have to work with for all my channels. So I take it to a Google Doc, I write my podcast out, and then I give my podcast content to my team. And from there, we figure out how to create emails, how to create YouTube videos, how to create really insightful and creative Instagram posts. We share it to our Facebook group. Now I have people to help me do that so I can stay consistent as I grow. But in the beginning, it was just me. So I started with 2 social media channels, and I acted as if it was my full-time job to give away what I would charge somebody for free in doses and in batches. You want to think about over giving your value as I'm making deposits in the universal bank. And this bank accrues money when you're giving away value. So everything of value you put online or give away through some kind of networking that you didn't get something for right in that moment helps you accrue money in the universal bank of value. You want to think there's a scale that is going to tip in my favor at some point in the form of dollar signs in my bank account. Money follows value. So without your deliverance of a consistent amount of value over and over and over again, you will never experience the scales tipping in your favor with dollar signs in your bank account. Something I learned very early on, which I know catapulted my success, was becoming my own best client. I had to take a really good look at where I was trying to DIY my business, going through free funnels or spending all my time watching all the free webinars to duct tape my business foundation together. I had to become my own best client. Now, I know from the beginning that was the reason why my success happened so quickly. Sometimes it takes a lot of time for us to realize that we have to be the client we want to attract. So that means we have to stop all our freebie searching, spending all of our time watching somebody's free webinar, and we have to stop duct taping our businesses together and hoping they become reliable income portals based on what we've tried to DIY. If you're not the client that you want to attract and treating yourself every day as your most important investment, then you will not attract people who will do the same for your business. So if you're the client that doesn't pay in full or always asks for a refund, or if you want to pay the lowest payment amount and maybe even default on some of your payments, then those are the kind of clients you will attract into your business. So consider the way you invest in yourself with your time, your money, and your energy, and use that to project out into the world what you're ready for in the form of clients. I was consistent from the beginning. And here's the thing, I never had to force any consistency. Consistency is something that found me when I was moving in my soul's purpose. I've always been acting in alignment with the thing I know I am meant to serve the world with. So a huge piece of advice that I can give you from the very beginning is don't force consistency, except that being consistency is a requirement to showing up and being paid consistently. If you're wanting the universe to bring you more clients and more money in a more consistent way, but you aren't showing up and giving an overabundant amount of value in a consistent way, then you're just sitting in a frequency of entitlement, and that is all you're an energetic match for. So most people think that there is some magic trick or system or hack that will keep them consistent. But the most reliable hack that you can count on is your willingness to release any resistance around being consistent and showing up for yourself. Resistance is just your ego's way of trying to keep you where you are. And you have a desire to be something bigger and create bigger impact with your life. Now, from the beginning, I have set a standard for my business, which means I say no a lot more than I say yes. I don't just work with anyone who gives me money. That is not how I want to run my business. When I started saying no to the people that I knew intuitively would not be a good fit for my offer, and I created an application process to work one-on-one with me, and I held really strong to any objections I would get on sales calls, and I never compromised on my pricing, the universe started sending me an abundant amount of clients that were ready to pay and who ended up being raving fans, screaming about my brand from the rooftops and inviting all of their friends over. These people eventually even became support coaches for our signature offer. If you don't hold a standard for your brand, you will see income roller coasters, chaotic client results, excessive refunds, and ultimately not a lot of true, authentic client testimonials. And I have talked about this stuff with so many people, and I eventually realized that I had to create something that would help you guys attract and sell in alignment. So I'm going to go ahead and link the high frequency formula below so you can check it out, and I hope to talk to you soon.